Food, shelter, education, and healthcare are human rights. So many around the world struggle every single day for the bare minimum to stay alive. The world has enough money and more than enough food to feed every single human being. But there's no way because there's no will. There is instead a will to take away more from those suffering and give that wealth to the wealthiest, who need it the least. Humanity has become about taking power, taking wealth, taking control. We seldom give power away, or wealth, or control. We've become an unsustainable civilization of takers. The MAGA bill currently under consideration in the Senate takes money from the poor and gives it to the rich. The rich will barely notice the hundreds of thousands they save, while working class Americans will have $1,000 less than they would without this legislation. It takes away basic health care from those who need it most to balance the tax cuts the bill gives to the rich. The closer you look, the more you realize that this legislation will kill Americans, increase poverty, and add trillions to the federal deficit. Donald and his regime are also defunding infectious disease prevention programs. This includes everything from measles to HIV/AIDS. Cutting these prevention programs threatens the basic health infrastructure of our country. The poorest among us who receive medicine and basic health care from our public health departments will no longer have access to life-saving medicine or other resources. This increases the chance of infectious disease outbreaks throughout the country, especially in rural areas and inner cities where many live in poverty. Funding freezes for education and agricultural innovations are hurting rural schools and farms. MAGA plans to take away school food programs that partner with local farms to provide schools with good, nutritious food for the poorest among us. Internationally, by undoing U.S. aid, Donald Trump has taken away from the neediest in the world their basic sustenance and health care, like life-saving peanut butter paste for severely malnourished children, or HIV medication that manages the condition and allows those affected to live productive and healthy lives. These instances only skim over the harm cutting U.S. aid by 83% will cause. Some experts estimate that thousands have already died because of Donald Trump's and Elon Musk's policies. Though it is impossible to know the correct numbers because of the cuts to U.S. aid staff. Even though right now there is a rift growing between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, I still maintain that what Donald Trump and Elon Musk did in the first 100 days damaged our country the way it has right now and the direction in which we are going. Elon Musk is just as much to blame for it. The oligarchy is just as much to blame for it as Donald Trump, because Donald Trump's cabinet is full of multimillionaires and billionaires. This brazen divestment of responsibility exposes the ugly truth. Those in power don't care about the people they were elected to govern. If you are food insecure, Donald's policies will make you more so. If you cannot afford basic health care, you won't receive the care you need and will likely die. Most of us cannot fathom the harm Donald and his regime are causing. We still cannot quantify how it will impact everybody in the coming months and years. But we cannot escape some of the certainties that the poor will suffer and die, that those without means will have even less, while those with virtually unlimited everything will have more than they could ever need or want. This is not a sustainable model for humanity. We have enough food in the world, but people starve. We have enough medicine, but people suffer and die. We have enough money to build affordable housing, but people live on the streets in our biggest cities. We live in the information age with information traveling nearly at the speed of light, but more are ignorant today than they were 50 years ago. Social hierarchy has upended the dream of an egalitarian society. Greed has trumped service to others. With that said, I want every single one of you who listen to me to do something incremental, small, to push for our humanity to focus on the service of others and in building a more equal and more equitable society. Whether that be write, whether that be send a message in your words into the universe through various media, we have that technology today. Or whether it be by protesting in person, whether it be calling your representatives and senators, whether it be calling your local officials and state officials, because there's a lot happening that also threatens states' rights that Donald Trump is going after. And this pandemic of greed is not just limited to the United States. We are seeing it in the United States, unlike we have seen it in other countries, because America has always been at the forefront of popular culture for at least the last 100 years. And because we are watching this whole corrupt enterprise unfold before us, the silver lining is that our eyes are now wide open. We have no excuse to say, oh, we don't know where the threat is coming from. We know where the threat is coming from. We need to know and learn what to do about the threat. Concerted protest, peaceful protest, nonviolent non-cooperation, civil disobedience. These are the ways in which you take down overwhelming forces of fascism like Donald Trump and the police state that is coming. And I will end with one acute warning. Again, please go and read the executive orders Donald Trump issued on the 28th of April, and you will realize what I mean by Donald Trump's intentions of implementing a police state is. You won't have any questions about it. And you will see why there are local cops helping ICE agents now with removing and illegally detaining people who the administration and Donald Trump's regime think are enemies. How far will this go? Will it come to your doorstep? Because it seems so by these two executive orders. So April 28th, if you go to the White House page, whitehouse.gov, you will see executive orders. You will see places, you click on the executive orders, and you will see all the executive action. You just focus on the date, and you will go down a couple of pages, maybe to the fifth or sixth page. That's where those are. And I will also put links to them in the description box of this video. With that said, thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.